But I can't believe people are looking at the 7th gen as the good old times of gaming. The real good old times of gaming were 4th, 5th, and 6th. It was okay. 8 was trash. 9's so silent it's like nothing happened. Although it's silent because it's healing. Granted, I do think there's a place for dark and gritty game. There's a place for cartoon platformers, but no one genre should overshadow another. Back in the 90s, there were way too many cartoon platformers. Early 2000, and that was bad for more mature audiences. Way too many mature games was bad for kid audiences. Now people are starting to realize they need a perfect balance of both to appease both audiences. And we have that. Why? Because back then there was an agenda going on with the games, movies, and the music. More so for music, I'll cover that in another video. But they wanted kids to play M-rated games. They wanted to prep them for World War III. They still do. Problem is, I will agree with this. The old Assassin's Creed's, Call of Duties, and even GTA's were a lot better. Despite their M rating. I'm thinking about, I typically would go back to a few COD and GTA games. Going back to Assassin's Creed now. Because, granted, better at making content. As such, we actually had better stories rather than instead we didn't of having instead of better stories instead of like stupid flying hover car, rainbow neon skins in COD, or God forbid happened to Call of Assassin's Creed where no, Assassin's Creed's still pretty accurate. At least admit Shadows seems like a good game. I'm thinking about getting it alongside a few other ones like Origins. Might even get the Odyssey and Black Flag and the original trilogy. Those five. 1, 2, 3, Origins, Odyssey, Shadows. And I'm gonna get another 3, the original Ezio trilogy. But here's the thing, right? Are you ready for this? Not think. But the Call of Duty Grand Theft Auto and most modern day AAA games, they have been ruined. Personally, I want a real war game when I'm an adult, not when I'm a kid. See, when kids play a game, they tend devs to ruin the games for them. And that's how we got here with rainbow code skins. It's not my fault, yours. Of all these rainbow skins. Fortnite has to be created, and so does Minecraft, just to appease kids, get them to play those games instead. That could heal one day too. The reason why I only have respect for the first 5 Call of Duties, 1%, is because those accurately portrayed war and showed the true horrors of war. Or fight it like MW2 and beyond, which there are some, all the MW2 to Black Ops 2 was okay. Even then, even Ghosts. And the first 5 are the only ones I consider true Call of Duty games. And they just now we're here where we are today, where just can't even run. Oh, thinking if you really want me to make a war game, instead of making Call of Duty or of it, I gotta make my own. You need a fresh perspective. War game genre that isn't the veterans. Veterans ain't doing so hot anymore. Or they're left or they're too old. Marketing towards kids war games instead of adults. The market towards adults. We're gonna put them in their own little servers. We're gonna basically let on PC we'll let only servers been with adults only. Consoles will allow for cussing anymore. What I'm suggesting is one of two ideas. One is a game called Battlefront American Era that's a Stars Battlefront 1 and 2000 successor. There is another game that has like Call of Duty or Halo multiplayer, loadout system, customize and skin. Be called Acts of War. Arms. Act of Arms basically is a lot like G.I. Joe slash Broforce X Call of Duty. The skins will be a lot cheaper if you do them. The most expensive pack will be $20. 6, 10, 20, like Helldivers 2, and the skins will not exceed $2 per set. $3. It will not exceed $3 per skin set. As I think Helldivers 2 did a good job. Skins were at least reasonable. I didn't play that game that much. I'm looking to get a Steam version eventually, but man, respect. Actually have. I could play it more, but man, I do respect the fact that I have my disc in the system all the time. I do respect games' willingness to have a much more cheaper MXT system. You will not exceed $20 per purchase. We're saying $20 will be the max. It'll be like Helldivers 2. A lot cheaper. Parent tells me that their kid has spent all their money on microtransactions on that game. Like other companies, will refund them game and the money the kids spent and ban them for spending their parents' credit card. Remember, you need to spend responsibly. It's constantly spending parents' credit card. I knew. If you were gonna do that, you could only do it for a small thing. For a large thing, you can't do that for. I will say you can't do that for $100. You can't even do it over 50. I'm just going to blanket out say this. Say, like, I think 40 is the max you can get away with. You did that 1 month. Because they do get paid monthly. Usually only do it for like a few bucks to like bucks. I'll tell you this. That's not moral. Right? Good. Not moral either, it's just weird. Anyways. I'm just saying. But kids think they could just spend hundreds thinking they could get away with it. No. I'm trying to say here is this. I do not think XTs are good. If the coin set 20 like what Helldivers 2 does, top skin you can buy price is above 3. That will be my rule for active arms, and I think that one will be a little bit different. Probably not going to do skins for that one. Match the theme of the game like Helldivers 2. Our active arms. Radically different. And we will have local multiplayer for active arms. For an American era. And even allow for you to play CPU opponents like Best Stars Battlefront 1 and 2 still does. Because I was programmed to the game. When the game servers do go offline, you can still play with CPU opponents. Okay? Every game will also have a single player mode in games. The reason why I'm saying we have to ensure those games that we are gonna need a fresh perspective on the war game genre. Perspectives are not doing that well, and I think if I did my research on what war actually was, I think I might do a better job. Because here's the thing, like Call of Duty fans, like the war game genre is cooked. We need a fresh perspective. Why it's cooked, fans just want Modern Warfare 2 lobbies back again. 5 CODs or Medal of Honors. Devs are insane. Fans want skins, and I'm like, We need a real fresh perspective on the war game genre now. Yes, I will make Active Arms, Battlefront American Era, in the first two phases of the multiverse scenario. Gaming version. Cinema version will happen if I do it in this life, though. Granted, I do think it will happen. Granted, it's gonna happen. Be made with all the other single player games. It's a majority of the games I'm going to be making are single player. One of the few multiplayer titles I will be making. Not be required to play multiplayer. Smash Bros. Or Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, 2004 and 5. You need to play against CPU opponents, people, servers go offline. That way you can still continue to play. Granted, I do think that's what's going to end up happening.